Okay, we are live.
Excellent. I am Chloe.
Yes. And I am Sandy. This is
This
WordStitch.
WordStitch. I wonder if that's synced up or not. Probably not. And we are drowning our sorrows with sweets today, and that's okay.
Yes, sweets.
Oh, actually, that's a lie. I drowned my sorrow with Little Caesars pizza today. The pie was yesterday.
It's all carbs, right? Like when you need stuff like this.
Oh, but you know what? I did have like half a block of cheese yesterday as well.
Ooh, protein.
So it's not all carbs. However, it was this like crazy. Aldi does these seasonal cheeses. They're all in like wax, like they are waxed balls of cheese that like for Mother's Day, they'll be like flowers and stuff like that. But like right now it's on 4th of July. So like there's white stars and there's red and blue bars, which is not exactly how the flag goes, but that's okay. That's okay. It's Aldi. But the blue one is a blueberry and lemon, I think Wesleydale cheese. And it is amazing. Like there's always one like sweet variety of cheese, and the other will be like extra sharp cheddar and like whatever. But
wow,
blueberry and lemon cheese is amazing.
So if you're with us today, we're talking about stress eating and Camp Nano.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Which are not necessarily related, right? Like
we're right. For neither of us is that why this is happening. Also, I just realized how fuzzy my hair is today, but that's okay. This is why I don't put my hair in braids, but I was too lazy this morning to like take my hair out of the braids and put it into a bun because that is my two modes, braid or bun. And everybody today was like, "Oh, you have your hair in pigtails," and I'm like, "Don't fucking look at me."
So okay.
I don't handle stress well.
We're gonna have like that 10 minutes, like, and after the 10 minutes, we'll feel so much better. So, what are you working on, Chloe? What's your project today?
I think I'm working on Truth or Wares today. I think I am drafting the 4th book of my Shifter series today, which is almost done, but it's been almost done since. Oh God. Clara was November Nano. So it's been almost done since October. Yeah, it's been a long time that I've been struggling at this one.
We should talk about unfinished projects at our first break, and like camp related to them. I'm doing my book 3 of the Mortal Inheritance because that is one of my biggest unfinished projects right now. And it's been harder than the second one, which took me like 3 years. So, but
I don't know. I mean, obviously I have no idea what's happening in your brain right now. I'm not in your brain, but I feel like when you get done with that 3rd book, you're going to look back and you're going to be like, you know what? That was so much easier than what happened with the 2nd book. Because you were stalled on that 2nd book for so long, and you're actually like getting it done, like directly after you finally kind of finished the 2nd book. The 2nd book is not finished, but it's in edits now. Is that where we are?
Yeah, it's currently being like doled out to the most enthusiastic of the readers I have, aka like my mom and some of my most tolerant friends, so that by the time Chloe gets it might be a little better
down the line. You need like mode engaged.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I think our prompt today should be your character stress eats.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And Allie also said that she does not do well with stress. The funny thing for me is that like I don't stress out that much. I tend to be really laid back with things and like kind of let things happen how they happen. And so therefore with something like when I hit that wall where there's like I can't just let things happen, I eat entire pies.
And you could say that is stress and pie getting along really well. I think we can make an
Yeah.
argument for that.
Yeah, stress and pie get along really well. Stress and pie and stomach, less so.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I just like brought that acid reflux stuff right back.
Oh man.
It's 5 after though.
So let's do it.
Yeah, we're gonna do some writing and we're gonna come back and we are going to have a better conversation that is not focused on our stress, but like what we're actually trying to get done.
Yes.
So we'll see you guys in 10 minutes.
Okay, we are back.
How'd you do?
Good. I mean, I may only have gotten like a paragraph written, and it's not a very impressive paragraph, but I worked on my story
Perfect.
consistently.
So we can hope for now. I realized that the 3 paragraphs that I had started this scene with, that is as far as I had gotten last time I picked this thing up back in like April or whatever that was. They were all totally I'm blanking on words. I'm real tired today, and I apologize for that. They were wrong. They were inaccurate. Why am I? Continuity. They were all against continuity. It was just one great big continuity problem. So I restarted the scene.
Oh, I understand that. I've got a lot of like I'm trying before July to get to the point where I like clean up some of the stuff that I've already written. And there was like a lot of it already written. But there's so many continuity errors. Like so many things where I like wrote a scene and like loved it. And now my phone is ringing on Gmail. That is craziness.
The good news is we cannot hear it.
Can you not? I think I actually may have to go get that. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Okay.
So hope you guys got some words. Alicia got words, 46 words. Yeah, I think we're all on that struggle bus right now. I'm at the beginning of like the final fight sequence, which is already an issue for me. I dodge fight sequences as much as I can. And this one, I just didn't have a choice. It is literally the last book in the series. So it has to have a great big epic battle between villain wolves and villain dragons and the good guys, which are like half deer. So they're worthless in battle. Because I like to put myself in situations like this. The wolves and dragons will ultimately do all the damage. This is how I work things. And Alley Cat got 204. And Herb got 120. Those are fantastic for a 10-minute sprint. Yeah, so we had planned on discussing Camp Nano, which starts in 2 days. If you've not done Camp Nano before, if you've done NaNoWriMo, but you have not done Camp O, and Charlie has done 128, you guys are all doing great for that 10 minutes. I hardly ever get anything in that 10 minutes. So the regular NaNoWriMo that is in November is writing 50,000 words in the month of November. In April and July, we have camps. Things are a little screwy right now because I just redid their website. Holy crap, Elizabeth is 417. And I'm just going to call you Angel because I don't know how to pronounce that, and I apologize. 235 is also fantastic. Elizabeth stole your thunder there a little bit, but 235 is also great. So with the camps, the concept with the camps is that it's anything goes. Whatever project you want to do and wherever you are in that project is valid for it. The website right now is screwed up. They launched a new website and it's not doing well. So as of right now, you can only enter your progress through words, which obviously doesn't work if you're doing anything but drafting. So improvising is kind of the name of the game for this month. I will be doing camp. I don't know if Sandy is. I feel like she is not doing camp, but Sandy had mentioned about working on unfinished projects, and that is exactly what I am doing. So I have, oh gosh, I just wrote everything down. I have 6 things that I plan to work on in July. What I'm working on today, I want to get it drafted. And then I've got, you're okay. I just kind of went on a ramble. I've got another book that's almost done that I want to just finish that draft. I've got 3 books that I need to do covers for. And I've got 2 books that need another editing pass. And then Sandy and I are doing this challenge thing in the middle of the month. It's a marketing challenge. I don't know that much about it, but apparently there are assignments. So I will be doing the assignments as well. So what I am doing for camp this month, because they're only allowing words, and obviously all of my stuff is not words except for those drafts, is I am assigning a value to everything. I have all of my drafts and edits as being 10,000 words, and I've got my covers as being 5,000 words, and any of these assignments that I do, I am awarding them 1,000 words. And I have set my goal at just coincidentally 50,000 words because I feel like that's going to be a lot of that stuff, but not all of it. But yeah, so that's how I'm handling camp this year because I am not drafting, and unfortunately, there's that issue with how they're tabulating things.
Okay, so that's that. I'm impressed. You filled that space up real good there.
I did. I was literally up until yesterday. I was planning on drafting the next book in my demon series, and then I just suddenly realized that I need to publish a crap ton of books in the next few months. So I'm picking up all of these kind of dead projects and hopefully resurrecting them and making a little money off of them because I need a little money right now.
I'm glad you're doing that. I feel like so this is like the end of the first half of the year, right? Which means my goal book, You Goal Girl, tells me I need to reassess. I know, right? I've been filling out religiously, so now I have to like reassess all of my goals and see how they're going. I think my assessment is going to be something like I need to spend the whole rest of the year finishing projects and then deciding like what specific thing to focus on.
I'm just going to go ahead and say that this was a bad year for You Go Girl.
This was a great year for You Go Girl. I had that gratitude journal in the front was critical for my existence. This year has been totally a dumpster. Yes, it's been a rough year.
And I just feel like as soon as we get over one thing, some new disaster happens. Whether it's like a personal disaster or, rioting.
Yeah. This is okay. So Sarah has a comment here that I think we should talk about next time because I'm with her on this. Doing camp, finishing a second draft of a novel, writing a short story, and avoiding the website. Let's talk about that next time because I might also be in the same.
Speaking situation. Of dumpster fires.
Yeah.
Also, I'm an ML. I cannot stress enough that I am a spokesperson for NaNoWriMo. So I should not be trashing them too much, but that website is rough right now.
Yeah. But it's almost time to write. Let's get ourselves to that
we'll do our 25 and then we'll talk a little bit more. It looks like a bunch of people are doing camp. So yeah, we'll do a 25 and then we'll talk a little bit more about camp and maybe we'll talk about that other thing that we're doing. Or maybe we'll save that until after our 30. So we will see you guys at 10 of the hour.
Okay, we are back.
Yes, we are.
Yes.
Did you get anything done?
Like nothing. I made tea. I wrote like a sentence.
Is your tea actually good tea at least?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
good.
It is great tea. It's chamomile tea. I felt like I needed something calming.
Oh yeah, chamomile. So I like the taste of chamomile, but it has this weird slimy quality to it that probably doesn't actually exist. It's probably all in my head. But so I don't drink chamomile. You know what it is because I know the tea leaves themselves have this really weird slimy texture to them. And for some reason that just carries into it for me. So I don't drink chamomile even though I know it tastes good.
Oh, that's interesting. I actually know exactly what you're talking about, but I like it. Like I'm a fan.
You like the sliminess. You know what? This came up yesterday at work because they had fried okra at work yesterday. And I will not touch okra because it is slimy. Also, I will not touch chia because it is slimy.
Oh, that's interesting. How do you feel about Well, quinoa isn't slimy. It's
not slimy. I like its little tails. It's adorable.
Did you get something done? We have people with us who are actually like being productive, and that's awesome. You guys, we're very glad.
I've got a little bit done. I'm actually like, so I'm in a fight sequence, and I have no idea what I'm doing because it's a fight sequence. But also, I don't know like where this one particular scene in it is going. Like I know where other ones are going, and I don't know if I should just like end this one now or if it needs more. So that's where I am. But we had Jace join us. Welcome.
Oh, there are people I haven't said hi to. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you had a bit of a break. And Allie got 514 and Charlie got 258. Charlie, you mentioned before that you are doing the World Anvil, the world building summer camp. When that is over, I think that's over at the beginning of August. When that is over, let me know what you think of it. I have a fantasy series that I have been playing around with actually using World Anvil. So yeah, let me know what you think of that. Like I've already built this world, but like I feel like I am missing a bunch of stuff that's going to come back to bite me in the ass. So yeah, let us know. And then let's see, Sarah is editing. And Angel is 443. Did I miss anybody there? Oh yeah. Alicia up there. Oh yeah, we have a few people.
We have.
That's right, because I was on my chamomile rant. Sorry, Herb 627. Which is great. So I don't know why you gave it like a caveat, but at least I found what the issue with this story is going to be. That should be also I found what the issue with this story is going to be because that's 2 victories there. Yeah.
And there's so many. Okay, so I think the people I may have missed. This really bothers me. I don't think I said hello to Jace or Peter North, who just joined us, or Writer's Block Party, or Charlie, or did I say hi to Alicia or Maya? I don't know if I did.
You did. I don't know about Maya. Alicia was here early.
Oh, okay. All right. Good.
I remember that because fun fact, my name is also Alicia. I know it says Chloe on the screen, but that's a pen name. And I'm really bad about lying, even when it's something really dumb like pen names.
So, okay. Were we going to talk about camp a little bit more on the website?
How were we going to talk about? I totally said this is what we're going to talk about on the next break.
Yeah, okay, so this is what I'm fascinated by. I love that you've assigned points to your projects.
Yeah, like, this is not the first time I've done that either.
I think that's one of the limits for me for camp is like I know they have these different, like you can do hours or words sometimes, but like if you're finishing projects, you don't necessarily have a...
And they don't even have that right now.
Oh, no.
They only have words right now. That was while you were on the phone. I was talking about that. With this new website being, like, hopefully they're fixing this soon. They only allow words right now. And like, I say allow, like it's something that they're only giving you permission to do this. And that's not the case. It's just that they only have words as their options for what you can do. And I do like that they have, that they normally have hours on there. Like, I feel like hours is a catch-all with it that, like, depending on how you work, like, I feel like that can be your catch-all for if you're doing 8 million things. But for me, like, for a cover, I will spend like 30 hours on it, just dicking around, not even thinking about it. And not get nearly as, or like I'll do it in 2 hours, like it's one of those things, or like I'll make it and then I'll completely remake it and then I'll be like, oh, I hated that one, so let me go back to the first one.
Not all hours are equal. Yeah.
So hours are exactly, not all hours are equal. So I don't really like that either. Certainly when I'm drafting, those hours are worth way more than when I'm editing because I fly through edits. Yeah, so yeah, it's an issue that they hopefully will eventually address, but that website, there's so many problems with it, and a lot of it is like back end that we're not even seeing. That I don't know what's going on with it, and I don't know when we're gonna get back where it is. So right now I'm just kind of depending on all of my nano adjacent groups for the spirit, so to speak.
I mean, that's the interesting thing about camp, right? Like like here we are, middle of like, the year, and it really does feel like it's a good time for a camp, but like the nano cabins have never been as helpful for me as I've wanted them to be.
No, they're gone now.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like they've completely killed camp, and we're just doing camp now because we miss camp. But there's no cabins anymore. There are groups, but the groups last year round. Also, you can start a project any time of the year now as well.
Right.
So they've completely watered down the value of the camp, and I want to make like a WoW metaphor right now, but I feel like it will be completely lost on the room, so I will keep it to myself.
I mean, they need like what do they call it? They need like workshop activities, right? Like camp should be like, are you editing? You need to be in an editing group. Are you drafting?
Yeah, we're really bad about organizing stuff like that.
Okay, well, that's okay. We are all, I feel like this whole group is doing like many projects. Like I don't think anybody so far has said that they're working on one single thing. So,
and that's funny because in April, at least in the group that I am in for a bunch of my nano stuff, I'm in like a romance writing group for nano, and everybody in that group was writing, and now everybody is doing random things. Yeah, we're kind of creating our own camp system.
we should I mean, author tubers should do that. We probably are. There's probably somebody organized enough in author tubers to do this already. And we're just like late to the party because we're we always
are. And it's writers, so it's like herding cats.
Oh, speaking of late to the party, we managed to put like a list of other groups that do writing sprints today. If you're one of those people and you're not like on our list, you should shout that out so that we can put you on the list, because we thought that was dandy, and we're happy to support other people doing sprints if we know about it.
Yes. Yeah, we absolutely want to recommend other people's sprints. Just let us know, or write-ins, especially now because we are going into camp, and Lord knows this is pretty much all we're getting these days, because I don't even know what the deal is with Starbucks right now. Oh yeah, Jace just mentioned a bunch of author tubers do 10K Sundays. Those are pretty much not doable for me because of my schedule, but like I fully support that, and like they do streams all day and stuff for it. It's just that like bounces around a bunch. You gotta just kind of hook into them when they're going.
But apparently there is also a Facebook group for camp from author tubers. So yay for author tubers for doing some organized stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Off the ground some. It is that time though.
This is what we are good at, is being on time with these. All right.
Okay.
An hour goes by fast for your character.
Yeah, it does that. So we are writing for the next 30 minutes. So we will see you guys at 1:30.
Okay, we are back. Okay,
Yes.
can I just put up a comment that I think is really funny? This is from Jace, and Jace, I want to really support this. I agree with Maya. You need to put this in your book. You really do.
You need to also have mer people in your book,
Yes.
and you need to do this because you can fit mer people in your book as well. They could be shifters. They could be fish shifters. It's even fun saying fish shifters. My only problem with that is that when you spell it like that, I immediately think fish breath. Which is
gosh, sorry, it is a bad thing. But this is funny. Okay, this comment line. All right, bated breath, and then Maya says, "Should see if anyone catches it."
But
sorry.
Yes. Thank you all for being witty because we're not doing witty very well today.
We're laughing at witty. We're totally on board with witty. Just we need you to do it for us, basically. Oh, God, the conversation I had with my husband after the whole like pig death thing.
Was he aware of this or no?
I don't think he realizes the extent to which like I might be Googling really weird stuff. And I think if he did, he would feel certain that like the CIA was after us. And I am a clean writer, so like, yeah, he was surprised.
I mean, that's part of writing, and it's funny because like it doesn't really matter what you write unless you're literally writing like slice of life lit fic. You're gonna be writing about like murders and stuff like that, like.
Yeah, you got to kill some people.
No matter what genre you're in, it's going to happen. Like all kinds of bizarre things. It doesn't, yeah. Like obviously, if it's like a cozy mystery, you're writing about murders. Sci-fi is filled with murders. Romance is filled with murders. There's murders all the time in romance. So, yeah.
Yeah, so we have to be adept at it.
Yeah. And I like other stuff too. Certainly as a steamy romance writer who writes straight romance, but I am actually not straight. Like I've got some real weird searches.
Oh, the number of times I've had to like turn off safe search so that I can get actual, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you're thinking like, oh, I just did that. Like I just brought this on myself.
Yeah. There was one time at one of my other writer groups. It was on oh God, what am I? Discord. It was a Discord group that I'm in. So a chat room. And somebody mentioned that she was struggling with bombs, with car bombs specifically. But like she was one of those people who worries about getting busted for Googling things. So she was like trying to figure out where to find this stuff out outside of Google. And I was like, okay, first of all, don't worry about it. Like the thing is that like even normal people, even non-writer people, like who, I don't know, like outside of writing, I still Google all kinds of weird things. It pops into my brain and that's the world that we live in. I can just find this out right now. But then the other thing is I was like, you know what though? My roommate might know about this. He tends to know things adjacent to this. Like he might be useful for knowing, like he works on cars. He's a mechanic. And he's got a military background. So maybe he knows. And like right off the bat, when I asked him, he was like, well, is it a car bomb or a bomb in a car? And I was like, what? And he's like, wow, there's a car bomb. That's actually a bomb wired into a car, and then there's just a bomb that's in a car, and those are two completely different things.
Whoa.
Yeah. Also, fun fact: the you know when they I always think I feel like Lethal Weapon did this, and Lethal Weapon definitely did this with a toilet. I feel like they also did it in a car, but like it's fairly common where there's like a plate, like the bomb is under the car seat, and you sit on it, and the bomb goes off. In Lethal Weapon, it was a toilet, and if you stood back up off the toilet, then the bomb would go off. But but it turns out those are like highly ineffective. And if you want something realistic, don't use that. But as it turns out, like Ken knows everything there is to know about them because he was stationed in Afghanistan, and the Taliban apparently loves car bombs.
Oh God.
So he actually like had to know all this stuff about it. So just, it was just one of those things where he's like, yeah, actually I know like everything there is.
Oh, and that's when it gets too real, when you're like, oh, you know this because you had to deal with it.
Yeah. But it's nice having that kind of an expert though, like somebody who knows it beyond an academic knowledge base, but actually knows it because of dealing with it and like dealing with it in a real world scenario. So like I figure like I'm not actually committing any crimes in my life, and I realize that we are absolutely in a world where it's not appropriate to say don't commit a crime and you'll be safe. That's absolutely not true. But I think when it comes to like stuff in the browser history, like anything that's happening there, if any sort of investigation happened to me with that, it just wouldn't, like I wouldn't have to worry about any of that stuff.
Probably most of us would be fine. By the way, like so many people here got so many words. There are like hundreds and hundreds of words happening. Yay. And some people deleting words, okay, or dealing with
I mean, that's part of editing. I am a huge fan of losing words in edit.
Oh my gosh, like I should track some of my progress by the amount of words that I lose. Like that is far better.
Yeah. I do that a lot. I did that with the last with Hazel. Yeah. Because Hazel was well over count, and she still is, but she's better than she was.
Yeah, I have like a huge Excel spreadsheet right now. I neurotically track how many words I've taken down, and like anytime I see something I can smush together and like realize it's been repetitive, I feel real good. Like, yeah, I did a good job as a writer there because I did not need that extra redundant sentence.
That's right, because you need to get rid of like 20 grand, right?
I have so many, and I mean, really for me too, it comes down to like overcomplicating plots. Like I have to pick and choose. I'll name too many characters, and then I'll have to go back and be like, all right, these like 4 characters never come up again. They gotta go. Or like this particular thing, I can't make this character make it a big deal because I don't have time for her to fight this fight. So it's that kind of thing. Yeah, so I got a little bit done there. Clay, what about you? Did you get some words in?
I kind of finished that scene.
That is, we got to buckle down in July. Yeah. We should participate in many word sprints since we know many happening.
Yes, I just need to actually write. I went off on like a Google thing. I finished that scene. And then I feel like there was something I was going to look up, and I don't even remember what it is because I was just like, "Ooh, what's going on here?"
So I'm trying to describe my protagonist's like intro situation, and I started describing it as like a game of Risk. Like it became like this fantasy country is like a game of Risk, and we're losing. And then I got into this like little rabbit hole of like, oh my gosh, do I remember the terminology of Risk? Like. So that's a thing that's happening for me right this second.
I just have a fight scene that I have no idea what's going on. Like I thought I did. I thought when I moved on to this next scene, I would be good. And then I realized like, I don't even know what kind of weapons they have. I know, like I had mentioned previously that they had some sort of like Counter-Strike stuff. But I don't remember what that is. And it's the dragons attacking first. Although I feel like I thought I should have the wolves attack first. But like, there's 2 dragons on the good side. So I feel like the wolves are not going to get anywhere. Like, if it's like 100 wolves and 2 dragons, I still feel like the dragons are going to win. They're water dragons, but they basically have fire hoses and I'm pretty sure you can knock out a whole bunch of wolves with arrows.
I love how like shifter wars work like that. Like all the rest of sort of like dealing with swords and guns and like hardware. And you're like, I think that the dragon should attack first, but
Yeah, because otherwise, yeah. Also, like at some point, I feel like because the last time I did this went so well that at one point I need to throw a bear at the dragons. Because I feel like my bear would be totally down to do it again. Like I feel like he had a blast doing it the first time, even though we almost died a whole bunch of times.
And he'd be like, dragons.
Yeah. Like, I'm gonna do this, and now I've got 2 dragons on my side instead of just one, and I can just like trampoline off of both of them and just like bear havoc.
Okay. This is Alicia's having a problem that I have. This is something I do a lot. Like, I'll totally like not know something, and I will have this like bracket insert this here, but it'll usually say something far more complicated than insert country. It'll be like insert MacGuffin here, and I'll have no idea. I don't know what that is. I don't know what they're looking for. I know I'm gonna have to have them looking for something.
So when it's specifically languages and names for things, I will just make up a name, but like put a little note on it saying come up with a better name later. But there is that point where I'm missing like a whole chunk of stuff. Like I literally have no idea. Again, like I have no idea what my MacGuffin is going to be. And so for that, I will absolutely do the insert MacGuffin here because it's probably actually a couple of paragraphs.
But I mean, I think you have to do that, right? Because if you get so caught up in the research, then your story, like your voice becomes less authentic. Like I feel like if I'm being too academic and doing the hard work, then I'm not in my characters' heads. So this is
in my last book. I wrote the entire damn thing. And then when I went back and edited it, I realized that like I had the wrong name for the weapon he was using. And I knew exactly what the name for that weapon is. I just called it, I literally called it a katana instead of a sai. And like I know what the difference is between them. But also, thankfully, I caught that in edits because at some point, a reader was absolutely going to be like, this isn't what a katana is. This doesn't make any sense. Why are there so many prongs in your katana? What's wrong with it? I'd be like, oh, it was a sai. I'm just an idiot.
Totally did not expect somebody to have knowledge.
I am using real weapons.
Oh, you are. So not only do you have dragons in the fight, but they have real weapons that you have.
But, this is Locke, and Locke. So one of my characters in my demon series makes portals, and one of his portals is to like his weapon chest. So a lot of times he really just like reaches in and grabs whatever, and he's like, I guess I'll make this work, and uses it. So that was how he ended up with the sai. That was also how he ended up chopping off that angel's head in the first book.
You guys should look for this series though, because Locke could totally reach into the portal and pull out a weapon or like a Little Debbie dessert cake.
He also has like closet of Little Debbies.
Yeah, so it could be either like, oh shoot, I didn't want this, but yum. And now I love Locke. I totally love him so much. All right.
You can absolutely so cities have to have rivers going through them because if there's no natural water, you can't have an old city. Like obviously, like we've managed to build Vegas and stuff like that. But if it's not like a super ultra modern city where you can get away with it, cities build up around water. So there's absolutely like it'll be like there's dolphins who live in rivers. I think it's in the Amazon River. There's pink dolphins. I'm not making this up. I mean, I might be wrong about which river they're in. Is it the Yellow River? There are river dolphins. It totally does not even matter, except to say that like you could still have mer people in a city.
Oh my gosh, the prompt is your character meets a mer person. Mer person. Okay, there we go. All right.
So we are going to write for the next 10 minutes. It is 1:15, so we will see you guys at 5 of. Good luck.
Okay. That is it.
Yes.
Yes.
I actually got a bit of writing done that time.
I did too.
My fight makes no sense whatsoever right now. I should have absolutely blocked this thing, but I got some writing done.
That's what any writing is good, right? So
Yeah.
that's good. So, okay, by the time we get to our next session, we will be 6 days into camp already. So hopefully
Yes.
people will have like significant work done already. Hopefully we'll be super focused because we both have stuff we got to get done in July. We were supposed to mention the Brian Cohen course. Did you talk about that while I was gone?
I did not. I mentioned it very briefly as one of the things on my list for camp, but I think you heard what I mentioned about it. So down in our description, we have a link. I don't know. What do you have it labeled as?
Probably. It probably says something like Brian Cohen link that we referred to in show.
Okay. There is a link somewhere down there for the Brian Cohen 5-day Amazon ad challenge. We are going to be participating in that this month, and it starts on the 15th. I guess there is a bit of prep work before it that will come out on like the 13th. So that'll be 2 weeks from now. Brian Cohen is he's one of those guys, like he has his own stuff that he writes, but he also writes a whole bunch on how to get published and how to market and all of those ins and outs that like most of us are terrible at. We all know how to write books, and it's all the other crap around indie that most of us suck at, how to write blurbs and stuff like that. So Brian Cohen is one of those people who teaches you how to do that stuff. So every couple of months, I guess, he puts out this 5-day Amazon ad profit challenge. It is free. It is absolutely a promo for his actual course. That's like $300. But the challenge itself is free, and I've heard a lot of good things about it from people who did it previously. So we're going to give it a whirl because we have absolutely no idea what we are doing with Amazon ads. The 2 ads that I am currently running are just ridiculous proof of that. I don't know what like half of these options mean. I don't know how to optimize. Like I've read the description of the challenge, and I have no idea what he's talking about on like half of these points that he's going to go over. So we're going to do this thing. Hopefully we get better at ads because we need to start making money off of these books that we're publishing.
Seriously.
So if you are also in your early days of publishing and you've got some books out and now you got to figure out how to actually make money off of them, we invite you to join this with us. Again, it's free, and I'm sure you're going to get a bunch of sales pitches for his actual thing. But what he's giving us is totally free. And like you should join us if you're at this point in your career.
It's like an extra camp curricula, like a little like camp workshop thing. This is like archery or something, like the week that
you right. I'm doing this. My like concentrations for this camp are writing and covers and marketing.
Right. And you're doing the special class on marketing.
Yeah.
I'm officially gonna.
Like I could have done horseback riding, but instead I'm doing marketing.
Yeah. You picked Amazon ads archery. So that's what we're gonna think of it now. For those of you who got words in, awesome. Like we've got a whole set of people here who are getting in words. Good job. And keep going. There are sprints supposedly after ours. Like I tried to tag the people on that spreadsheet that Caro made who would theoretically be after us and before us, and like they don't always actually do the sprints that are scheduled, but if you want to keep writing, I think there's 2 at 8 p.m. So you have like 2 tries to get more word sprints in today.
Yes.
And then another like 11. I think Jamie Brumfield does one. So there's more. There's more.
Real quick, Jace's comment about crutch words a couple minutes ago. I have so many of those. Like if you ever beta read for me, I will apologize. Like I do my best to catch them, but you might end up with a paragraph that has just like 5 times.
Just is everybody's crutch word. Everybody.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not a really generic crutch word, but I do it a lot.
Maybe we should talk about crutch words next time. But in any case, that's the end for us. It is 6, so we should let everybody go.
Yes.
So thanks for joining us, y'all, and we'll see you next Monday, hopefully.
Yes, absolutely.
We failed the outro again, I think. But
yeah, we always suck at our outros, but that's okay. You guys get out of here, and we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna go do dinner and stuff.
Yes. All right.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.